NASDAQ market at all-time highs once again. The Trump train rally is still going on, but will it continue tomorrow, Friday? We shall see. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. I actually wanted to share an interesting stat with you guys. I made a video about it on Instagram, and a lot of people showed a lot of interest. But again, I wanted to quickly recap the overall day. QQQ at highs of 513 and 54 cents. It looks like the market is incredibly overbought, right? On the 1 minute time frame, you guys might not be able to see it. That's why I always say to our LPP team, different time frames give you different perspectives. If you look at this on the 30-minute time frame, you could just see how much the market has gapped up. Just because something is overbought doesn't mean that it has to pull on back. It just means that you need to be cautious, right? The rubber band effect. The further it grows apart, the quicker it could snap and then retrace. The thing that I do want to keep you guys up to date on is I shorted Robinhood today. I didn't make exactly the amount that I wanted, right? But I made $2,500 and I left myself with my one lucky share. So just wanted to make sure that I kept you guys up to date. I also ended up taking a quick little short on Tesla as it went into the close. Didn't make much, $621 on that one. But the big one that, again, I really wanted to share with you guys is, my money is nothing in comparison, obviously, to the Harris and Trump administration. For those that do not know, it is reported that nearly $10 billion. You guys can share this fun little statistic with your friends or family if you talk about politics to kind of lighten the mood, because we all know one thing. I mean, the race is over. Ultimately, our lives haven't changed, nor do we expect a drastic change, hopefully for the better. But again, we shall see, right? But $10 billion is what was spent in ads in the 2024 US presidential election. This is the most that has ever been spent ever in history, which I find to be pretty amusing because $10 billion, I think the number was like 9.6 billion, something like that. But to spend billions of dollars for a job obviously has nothing to do with the salary. To be a president of the United States, did you know that it pays you like $400,000 a year? The question I began asking myself is, well, who gave them all of the money, right? Because originally Trump campaigned as in like, I'm self-funded, right? But not Kamala. Kamala's not that wealthy. So who was their top contributors? And that's what I began to look into. When you look at the top contributor for Donald Trump, look at these massive donors or contributors, whatever you want to call them. Investor, Timothy Mellon, whatever you want to call him. $150 million just wrote a check. 150 mil. Wow. And then SpaceX, of course, my boy Elon says, put your money where your mouth is. And he was not messing around. $118 million. And then it goes down the list. Another 100 million, 21, 20, 15, 14, 12. And you can kind of go down the list if you want to look a little bit more into it. Kamala, the thing I do want to make you aware of is Kamala, it wasn't necessarily that everyone was campaigning for her, but the only way that the Democratic kind of like group was able to keep all of this money was why I've understood was the main reason that Kamala became the, Democratic elected representative, because if not, then they would have to restart the whole cycle. They already raised a bunch of funding, and we don't know if this was just from Joe Biden or if it was from both Joe Biden and Kamala, but that's how they were able to keep the money, because Biden and Kamala were working together, so therefore it's the same type of fund. But it looks like, again, if you look at the top contributors, there's one for $136 million. Future Forward USA Action, talk about an incredible loss. American Bridge 21st Century, $39 million. You got Bloomberg with $19 million. And then this one kind of surprised me. I don't know if it was just me. There's Sequoia Capital. That one's pretty unique. But then there's Alphabet. The reason I was surprised was it was $6.4 million. I don't know if that number is true, but that seems kind of light for Alphabet. For those that don't know, Alphabet's the parent company of Google. I was like, dude, really, Alphabet? That's all you're going to contribute? I mean, 6.4 million, not too much. And of course, you got USC also contributing $5.2 million. And then again, you can kind of go down the list. But I found that to be pretty interesting. Again, a quick little statistic that you can kind of throw around while everyone's kind of throwing jabs at one another to kind of lighten the mood of like, well, if you feel like we lost, just look at these guys, right? Lost $136 million in a campaign that didn't end too well. Nonetheless, again, markets are incredibly overbought, but they're incredibly bullish. So the question that I began asking myself is, are we going to end the week strong? If so, let's go ahead and see how the market opens tomorrow. Let's take it again day by day. There's no reason to overreact, but all I'm here to remind you is, again, markets are overbought. let's pay attention for confirmation of a reversal. Let's wait for it. And I'm really trying to emphasize this for all the people that are eager to short, just like I am, right? You guys have seen me open short positions yesterday on one of my trades. It didn't work according to plan. Today, it worked out just fine when it came down to shorting Robinhood, but nothing crazy. It was not a home run. But if we wait for confirmation and then the market enters an active sell-off, at that point, we could have a little bit more margin to work with. But there's no reason to jump the gun and to short early and then end up regretting it. Remember, tomorrow's Friday. I don't want to carry a position over the weekend. Let's keep it light, keep it tight. If we get confirmation, let's not be afraid to jump in, but let's also remind ourselves that we got nothing but time. If you guys have any questions about tuning on into tomorrow's live session, feel free to comment down below. I would love to see you there. I trade live every single morning, and you can join for as little as $1 a day is what the current sale is. So again, if you want to learn more about it, second link in the description down below. Join now. $1 a day is what it breaks down to, and hopefully tomorrow we can see you for that live trading session. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.